But this is what we have about this new playbook from the president. It's about mortgage fraud targets, and he's targeting political foes with unproven mortgage fraud accusations. Today is Lisa Cook, Federal Reserve Governor. He's had lobbed the same things to Tish James, New York Attorney General, Senator Adam Schiff. Lisa Cook hasn't been charged with any crime, and today in court, her legal team highlighted that there was not any investigation or charge being leveled at her attempted firing. So help me understand, Congresswoman, what is really going on?
Well, I think, not only do I believe I know what's going on, I think a lot of folks watching this, a lot of elected officials and analysts and experts and academicians, all watching the president exercise unusual power. This is flagrant. This is something that the president has decided to do, be damned the Constitution of the United States, where an independent agency is under attack. He wants to control the Fed. He wants to be able to determine interest rates. He wants to be able to have the people on the governing board that will do exactly as they are told. This is extraordinarily dangerous. This is the makings of a dictator who is trying to control the entire economy, determining what interest rates are and what they are not, and if they don't get frightened out of office and just leave, he's going to fire them. Well, the Constitution does not allow that. And so the question becomes, the Constitution says for cause. What is cause? Undefined. And so he does not get a chance to exercise any executive order to fire. And I want you to know Lisa Cook is doing the right thing. She is taking him to court on a temporary restraining order. It was heard today. Let's see where it goes from here, because as you said, there's no proof. There's no investigation. There's nothing but the president saying, I want you out. It doesn't work.
And in so many ways, we've come to this moment where Lisa Cook has become the sort of the figure, the image of the Project 2025 effort, where she, as an independent agent, as an independent actor within our financial system, a part of our financial infrastructure, whom, went through a process and was vetted. And yes, it was a tough battle, but she got confirmed and was ready to serve out her 14-year term. But this president has other plans. And part of that is the power grab. The other part is the self-enrichment, the reporting that this man could walk out of the office with an extra $3.4 billion. If he walks out of the office, and that's another conversation we're going to talk about at some point. But Lisa Cook is this symbol now. How do you see her as a point of discussion for the country? Because in one sense, she's representative of the independence this country was built on, right? Institutions, sort of checks and balances, the freedom to govern ourselves. He wants to wipe all this away. He wants to control every aspect of it. How do you make that case?
Well, let me just say that I think that the way that you're approaching this and you're describing this is absolutely what should be done. This is a moment that everyone should pay attention to. This is a brazen disregard for the Constitution of the United States of America. What are we going to do? Normally, in what he has been doing, we have been filing amicus briefs in court to try and deal with some of his executive orders. But this goes beyond this, because this stands to basically upend the entire economy. This stands to really deal with what is going to happen on Wall Street, what's going to happen with interest rates, what's going to happen with the President of the United States being able to make decisions that he will personally benefit from. And so the world, and certainly the United States, should be watching this very closely. And as far as I'm concerned, we have to move very aggressively. It is not about, lingering and trying to think that maybe the courts will help us. I want, even though I know it may not happen, the cabinet that he's appointed, a bunch of his sycophants, who probably won't do what I would recommend. It is time to call for Article 25 of the Constitution of the United States of America to determine his unfitness, to determine that something's wrong with this president. And I would suggest that we move very aggressively to talk about the danger to this country and to our democracy and not play around with this, because this is absolutely one of the most destructive things that this president could do.
The word. Where's the Business Roundtable on this? Jamie Dimon, hello, honey. Answer the phone. Put out a statement. This is what the Washington Post editorial board had to say today, and this was in the context of RFK Jr., because while we have what's happening at the Fed, we also have this assault on our public health. The editorial board writes this: what can stop him? Maybe elected Republicans will speak up more. Senator Bill Cassidy demanded Thursday afternoon that the CDC postpone its next vaccine advisory committee meeting over concerns about Kennedy's influence on its agenda. Immense public pressure might also force the White House to restrain Kennedy. Mr. Chairman, Chuck Schumer has put out a statement, says Trump has to admit his mistake and remove Kennedy now. What say you? I don't know.
Well, what I say, and I'd love to get the Congresswoman Waters' response to this, is play the hardball here.
Yeah.
Play the hardball. I mean, at the end of the day, what does the Congress have to lose here if some of its members, even if you can't get folks from the other side of the aisle to stand up? Don't worry about them. That's a lost cause. What can you do to enhance the cause? So what tactically are the opportunities here to pull the American people into this conversation? This is the time that's right. Summer vacations are over. The kids are back in school. They're settling into their routines. They're getting ready. And they're going to get smacked upside the head, Congresswoman Waters, with taxes that from the tariffs, the increase in the cost of goods and services because of, again, the tariffs, but also because of this tinkering around with the Fed. The markets are not as stable as they should be. The interest rates are going to be impacted. And the American people need to understand who is the cause of this. They can't sit back and blame this on Joe Biden at this point, because we're well past that, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. Let me just say that everything that we are attempting, all of the town halls that we're doing, all of the protest actions that we're doing, that's everything that we should be doing in order to educate the people. When you talk about the power of the Congress of the United States, you're talking about, of course, a divided House of Representatives where you would like perhaps to see another impeachment attempt. Of course, we don't have the support of the opposite side of the aisle. We could continue to call for that. Al Green, put that up. It was voted literally down or not even taken up. So we can continue to do that. You can continue to talk about what I'm saying, challenging, all of his cabinet to have some courage. We are doing everything that we can do. What most people don't understand is the awesome power of the presidency. The Constitution does not say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 100, 200, 300. These are the things you cannot do. It does not do that. And he's taking advantage of that. And he's doing everything that he can do. We find that we're filing lawsuits and we're filing amicus briefs. We're doing all of this. We will continue to do this. But the American people had better understand that their livelihoods and everything else is at stake. That this president, in his executive orders, doesn't give a damn about rural or urban or anything else. Those hospitals that are going to close down in the rural communities are because of his decision about Medicaid. Those children that won't be able to get food stamps, not only the ones in poor homes, ones are in college trying to go to school who need some help with nutrition. Everybody got to understand we're all at stake. And when the people really understand and decide this and want to take to the streets, want to take to the Congress of the United States and not stop, maybe we will get some results. Right now, those of us who are fighting will continue to do that. I've been in 11 protests on the street, in addition to having called for his impeachment when he first ran for office. And so I continue to do this.
She's been consistent. Congresswoman, we know you've been out there. We know it, and we appreciate it.
Yeah. And we'll stay out there.
Both of you, Congresswomen Maxine Waters and Debbie Wasserman Schultz, we thank you for your passion and your service. Appreciate you.